Game 1 at MSG, Knicks and the Pistons, and Detroit was up 91-83 after 3, but then the Knicks poured it on to the fourth quarter. How about Payne? 11 fourth quarter points, finished with 14. And Jalen Brunson, despite appearing to re-injure that right ankle in the third quarter, came back 12 points in the fourth quarter, finished the game with 34, and the Knicks win game 1, 123-112. And the Knicks in this fourth quarter, a 21-0 run. That's the best run they've had all year long, Wall. 21-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's a good time to have it. It really is. In a monumental game 1 of a playoff series against a team that came to play, and they came to fight. How good was Karl Anthony Towns in that fourth quarter, too? Cameron Payne has done this all season long. I mean, this is what he does. Big moments he thrives in. We saw him last year again in Philadelphia make big shots against the Knicks. This step back was huge. And he just feeds off the moment and the magnitude of these games. You have to play and rise your game to a level that you don't even expect as a human being that you're capable of in these playoffs. And that's what this Knicks team did in the fourth quarter. Josh Hart just getting easy buckets all fourth quarter long. And when this Knicks team plays the defense that they're capable of, which they did in this fourth quarter, which they didn't do too often in the regular season, you saw playoff Knicks D in this fourth quarter. Watch out, because they go to a different level.
Look at the points off the turnovers I mentioned. That's key, 25 points. Knicks lost the third quarter, 36-26, won the fourth quarter, 40-21. And Cade Cunningham was held in check. Such a big story pregame. Only shot 8 of 21, finished with 21 points, but really added to the point total when the issue was already decided. They did a phenomenal job. OG Anunoby in particular did a phenomenal job on Cade Cunningham. All right, let's look at Payne. The Energizer Bunny, sometimes really good, sometimes not as good. He was electric tonight, and you could say he made all the difference in the world with 11 points in that fourth quarter. Really the key to that 21-0 run.
That's why Tom Thibodeau trusts veterans. Cameron Payne has been in big moments his whole entire career. He came into this game ready to play, didn't get into the game until the start of the second quarter. First time he touched the ball, he drilled a 3. You know, he knocked down shots from everywhere in that fourth quarter. Deuce McBride struggled in this one. Landry Shamet struggled in this one. That doesn't mean they might not play better in game 2 and the rest of this series. But when you see a teammate struggle, Cameron Payne had to step up. He stepped up. When he got his opportunity, he delivered for his coach. He delivered for his locker room. He delivered for his guys. And that's what a team does. That was a big moment for him. That was a big heart that he showed out there on this floor. And he's done it all season long. He loves playing in this arena. He wants to win a championship. That's why he came to this team. And he's going to really bring big moments for this team, I think, the rest of the way.
Post-game comments now from Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau, as always, presented by Chase.
I thought our defense got us going. We got some stops. We got into the open floor. We got some easy scoring opportunities.
You talked about how a good team effort to guard Cade. I felt like OG and Mitch did very well, Cat, getting up. He had some deflections. I guess how did you think about just the team defense and disrupting him?
Yeah, and that's the challenge. And, and we have to take a look at the film. Obviously, there's things that we're going to have to do a lot better. It's one win. And then we got to reset and get ready for the next one. So understand what goes into it. And there's a lot of things that we can do better.
What you saw from Jalen, started off struggling offensively, finishes with 34. And
he had timely baskets, big baskets. I thought Cam gave us a huge lift in the fourth quarter there. I thought our offense was really good in the fourth, and our defense was really good, and that's what we need. We have to do it for 48 minutes.
What did you see from Cam, though?
Just the energy, and 2-point guards together injected some speed to the game.
What does it say about a guy like him coming off the bench and being able to inject that, and when you're coming in down?
Yeah, he's a great energy guy, and every day he's the same. So. It's high energy every day, and sometimes you could be flat in a game, and he's a catalyst. He gets in there, he makes things happen. So it's very good.
How about the resolve for your team tonight, Tibbs, when things were looking good in the fourth quarter, then all of a sudden the switch flips and it's 21-0?
Yeah, no, you got to, win games different ways. Obviously, you prefer not to be down 8 points, but that's what the situation was, and then just find a way to win.
What do you see from OG guarding Cade? How tough did you make it on Cade?
Cade is a great player, and he's a tough matchup. And the thing I love about OG is he competes on every play. So sometimes he can defend them perfectly, and he has the ability to make a shot, but that doesn't deter him from coming back the next time and doing it again. And so you're trying to make him work as hard as you can. And OG's a great competitor, so he's given our team a lot.
How do you think that Cat operated with Harris running a lot tonight?
Good. And Cat can score a million different ways. So he got into the post, and he could beat you off the dribble. So just use your skills, and then let the game tell you what you should do. So when the second defender comes, make the play. He had some isolation from the elbow as well, which was good for him.
We've seen Cam go off in terms of the top scoring streaks. It's been late season. It's just doing the playoffs and the pressure. So what do you see after that?
Yeah, just the thing about him is he knows exactly who he is. He comes in with great energy every game. He prepares himself well each and every day. And so he gave us a huge spark, but that's been who he is. So play to your strengths, cover up your weaknesses, and he's done a great job with that. Yeah, and he's sort of a guy that you got to pay attention to. So, he hit the three right at the end of the half, and he got in the post a little bit, and we transition, and you got to pay attention. And so, some of it is rotation, and we got to recognize if a guy gets going, that we have to be there. We have to be there on the catch. You can't give a guy like that. He's been a good scorer in the league for a long time. And so we have to do a better job with him.
Tom, when Jalen went to the locker room and that was he was a big new man, did he change his sneakers or something? You know why he went back there? I mean, he came back, he was a totally different guy.
I think he grabbed his cape.
Tom, you went Shaman with the first sub with Josh Knox foul trouble. Was that the plan all along? Was that?
Nah, yeah, well, some of it's matchups, and so, the early foul trouble was, problematic because Mikhail was in foul trouble as well, and so, we needed a little more size, and then, I thought Deuce gave us good minutes too. The speed with Deuce was good. So that's basically, how it unfolded.
Tom, the way you guys turned the fourth quarter kind of into a track meet defensively, turn the defense into offense, when you were completely whole and healthy, is that kind of the way you envision the defense kind of being able to impact the game?
Yeah, well, we want to be strong on both sides of the ball, and they're very athletic, and again, they have some of the same things that we do in the sense that when they're playing Cunningham and they have Schroeder in there, so you got two guys that can go off the dribble, and then, Beasley catch and shoot, and Hardaway as well. And then, the Thompson and Holland are very athletic runners and, slashers, and they can hurt you as well. But then if the penetration is getting you, then it could lead to the second shots, and you're concerned about that as well.
Tom, what'd you think of what'd you think of Mitch tonight, especially Mitch with Carl there at first half?
Yeah, the size I think is good. I thought Mitch during that stretch made some really good defensive plays in the fourth too. The steal that he had was the game was pretty tight then. That was a big play. And you make plays like that, I think that helps inspire the team. It unites the team. Those are great hustle plays, so defensively, I think he was very good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
JB Bickerstaff coming up after we tell you about the Pistons and the Knicks. Game 2, pregame at 7, game at 7:30. And remember, we have pre- and post-game coverage for every playoff game the Knicks will play here in round 1 and also in round 2. JB Bickerstaff now on his team's fourth quarter mistakes.
Again, our execution failed us, I think. You have 8 turnovers in a quarter. It's going to be hard to overcome. But I thought our guys did a lot of really good things to put themselves in position in that fourth quarter. But again, you got to close it. And it's a great experience for us to understand, how important each and every possession is and how that heightens in the fourth quarter, right? You can't have empty possessions in the fourth quarter. You got to do the job, make sure you're getting shots on goal, when it's time to close. But again, all in all, I thought we did a lot of really good things. Great to get the stuff on tape, and we can go out and learn from it and be better the next time.
How much did it hurt not having Isaiah Stewart available for the final 9 minutes?
It's tough. He means so much to us, and there's so many things that he can do. But at some point, my choice was to protect him, and I just thought that was the right decision to make.
Coach, going into this game, there was a lot made about the veterans on your team, Tobias, Tim Hardaway, Malik. What did you think of their performance, especially how the way Tim Hardaway, Tobias Harris set the tone?
Again, that's why those guys are here, and that's why they are who they are. We've been able to depend on those guys, lean on those guys, trust in those guys, this entire season. And that was no different tonight. At some point in time, I thought all of them made huge plays for us to help carry us through stretches. Again, we're grateful to have those guys because of what they mean to us.
If you're a road team, you can't get the calls in. It's just a really tough situation. And there's Karl Anthony Towns. Nobody giving up on plays. The Pistons got sloppy, and the Knicks, look at they're just attacking. Long arms all over the place. Cade Cunningham has his hands full in this series because the scouting report is to completely shut him down and make him deal with double teams the whole entire 48 minutes.
See, Anunoby can pick him up over the timeline. Right when Cunningham gets over half court, Anunoby can shut him down.
That's what you have to do. And it's not just passive double teams. These are attacking, aggressive double teams looking to steal the ball, looking to get deflections, and then looking to turn it into quick points on the other end. I thought Cunningham, despite the fact shooting 8 for 21, I thought he really played a good basketball game overall. I think he's a very cerebral player. He's going to learn from watching this film, and he did a good job getting 12 assists, also finding his teammates.
Only 1 of 4 from downtown, and you mentioned only 8 of 21 from the floor. Josh Hart picked things up in the fourth quarter, had first half foul trouble, but ended up with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. His postgame reaction is coming up after this. And the Knicks blocked 9 shots, and they recorded 12 steals. Postgame reaction now from Josh Hart.
Yeah, defensively, up at the level of the screen. Got a couple strips, got us easy baskets. So he was huge. He was huge on both ends.
How about the defense on Cade Cunningham in this game? Was there a game plan, obvious game plan? And
yeah, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby, man. He's a hell of a player. Defensively, we have faith in him to guard anybody. So obviously we're all locked in and dialed into him. He's a good player. But OG loves those kind of matchups, especially in the playoffs where you can be physical. He's a physical guy, able to get through screens and those kind of things. So, we need his offense, obviously, but more importantly, his defense, every game.
The way you guys turned the fourth quarter pretty much into a track meet. Turning defense into offense, is that what you guys always envisioned the potential of this team to be on that end of the floor?
Yeah. There's, especially, when we have, Cam in and, myself, we're 2 guys that want to just run. Yeah. And, when you get stops, obviously you get easy baskets. And I think we got, 4 or 5 just easy, fast break, uncontested layups just because our defensive activity was that good and that high. So we know that, so we got to make sure we watch film and figure out where we can be better, the first 3 quarters and, like I said, be ready for Monday.
So can you talk about defending Cade? What was that assignment like, and what are some of the things that you did to make it a successful assignment?
Just try to make it as difficult as possible, make his catches difficult, pressure him, be aggressive, and just try to force him to tough shots.
OG, could you talk about that fourth quarter? How important is it to get contributions from a high-energy guy like Cam when things seem stagnant, especially in a playoff game?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, we all know Cam's capable. He's a great player. This is what he does. So no one's surprised, but we definitely needed it for sure.
OG, you've talked a ton about just guarding any player in this league. It takes a team effort. Just seeing Cat get higher up in the hedge. Mitch, you and Mitch, I think, made Cade going left a little bit difficult. Just how did you think you guys defended as a group tonight in terms of execution with how you guarded him and then the others, other players on the roster?
I thought we did a good job. You can't take away everything. So some guys made some shots, and we'll look at the film and try to fix some of that stuff up. But I thought we did a good job. Cat was big time. Mitch was big time. I think everyone was just flying around. Josh, Mikhail. It was a great team effort.
OG, how about the effort from your captain tonight, who early in this game looked like he was playing on one leg and then all of a sudden ended up with a game-high 34 points?
Jalen's a great player, so not surprised by it at all. That's what he does.
What were the conversations like at the end of the third quarter when you were a little bit behind?
Oh, just stay with it. Continue to play the way we play. Force them into tough shots, and then run on transition. And just play the way we play.
Kind of piggybacking off that question, it was such a weird play to kind of see a team have a 5-second violation to start a fourth quarter. Was that, I imagine that was part of the conversation too of let's change something up here just to throw them off base.
Cam came out, denied the man, made it difficult, and then we got a 5-second violation, and just the momentum carried over. So that was big time out of Cam.
We got game one, Bucks at the Pacers. Dame Lillard, blood clots in a calf, but could possibly play maybe in game two or game three. Miles Turner had 19 points. It was all Pacers. Dame can't come back soon enough. Giannis for Milwaukee had 36, but too much from Pascal Siakam. Here he's going to force a turnover. And then he's going to get it back and nail the three. Siakam in this game had 25 points. Turner's a 5 that we know can hit the three. And here he does just that, stepping back and drilling it. Tyrese Halliburton then and Dame jawing at the end of the game. Pacers run away with game one, 117-98. Clippers at Denver, game one of this series as well. Nikola Jokic, huge third quarter. Had 12 of his 29 in the third. Look at the big guy go down the court and lay it in. Mike Malone fired by the Nuggets about a week ago. Got a new coach, and they were able to hang in there against the Clippers, even though Kawhi Leonard had 22. Jamal Murray had 21. Nuggets within one at 89-88. Under 30 seconds left. Nuggets down 1. Russell Westbrook, corner 3. He had 15. Denver's up by 2. 20 seconds left. Here we go with the Clippers and James Harden. He had 32. Tick, tick, tick. Ties the game at 98. And then in the overtime, Aaron Gordon, the strong flush. How about the Nuggets here? Gordon had 25. Nice 2 there. Harden hits a floater on an ensuing possession to bring the Clippers within 1 at 105-104. But a minute to go, Christian Brown, huge 3, had 11 in the game. This was a big shot with about a minute to go. And Jokic and the Nuggets come back from 15 down and win game one in OT, 112-110. That's your MSG 150 final presented by Audi. Campaign, fourth quarter here tonight. His post-game comments with Alan Hahn coming up. Here he is after the game with our Alan Hahn.
First of all, Cam, you might be the guy with the most playoff experience on this team. So what is the value of having playoff experience, especially in the fourth quarter?
It's good. Like you said, I got some experience. I've been there before. I know how the fourth quarter gets. You still got to play your game. You still got to, play Knicks basketball at the end of the day. You can't kind of get bottled up within the game. You just got to kind of be ourselves. The way the bench played tonight, that's how we've been playing all season. So we just got to keep being ourselves.
Tell me about the 5-second violation and what you did there.
I was just trying to disrupt, pick up full court. That's what we're supposed to do. Pick up full it kind of got us started for the run, I think. It was just it was just a change and try to switch stuff up. And we ended up getting a turnover, and it helped in our favor.
What about just playing in the Garden and in the playoffs in the Garden?
Oh, man, it's fun. Hell of an atmosphere. I was on the opponent on the opposing side last year. It was tough. It was loud as shit in here. But being on the flip side of it, man, it felt good. They asked me a question earlier about the standing ovation. I came out. I was like, man, it actually felt good. I've been kind of waiting on that all year. I've been kind of waiting on this game, how I played today, all year. So I'm just grateful, man. I thank God for everything that happened tonight. I'm just grateful to be still playing the league, honestly, man.
When you hit that three, put you up, I think 9, and Detroit calls a timeout, and you go back to the bench, and you look like you have no interest in even looking at any of the coaches. You were just screaming at the crowd and like yelling at them.
Yeah, so my mom didn't sit like not right behind the bench, but kind of up there, and I was just looking at them like, man, let's turn up, let's turn up. I don't know. Sometimes, man, when we on the run and I'm like playing real good, sometimes I check out, like my mind go blank. I'm trying to get hype still. I don't know, man. I just like having fun out there.
How'd your mom respond to you?
Oh, she up there doing the same thing I was doing. She like, yeah, turn up. But nah, she just like, well, I'm just like her. So that's where I get my energy from.
What is it about that energy that's so infectious for the rest of your teammates?
I don't know. I think just having, I was the oldest guy on the team. So just having somebody like into the game, it's a different kind of experience, especially for the rookies. Like we're in the NBA, and sometimes people have to chill, just chilling, man. I'm happy to be in the league. I enjoy it. So I try to just have fun every single night, man. I could be doing something else, but I'm playing the Garden. Like, I got to have fun. So I just try my best to bring my energy, and it's infectious, man. Everybody feed off of it, and, man, it's a good feeling.
What's the feeling like when you're going through that hot shooting stretch in the fourth quarter of a big playoff game?
Man, it feels good. It felt good. It felt good. But it's over now. It's time for game 2. Let's just get ready for game 2.
Cherishing tonight, that is for sure. Most fourth quarter points in the playoffs by a bench player since 96-97. Cam right there with 11 behind Alec Burks and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith on there a lot. And we've talked about it. Cam Payne's got a lot of experience. He was on the Suns team that made the NBA Finals.
It's a tough loss, but that's what the playoffs is about. It's about making adjustments and being ready for the next night.
What's the lesson learned from that fourth quarter of the game?
I would just say how much the little things add up, right? You can look at the offensive boards, 50-50 balls out there, the turnovers that hurt us as well. So for us, every game is learning experience as well. But those are a few things that we can take. Defensively, gave up too many threes for them. Let certain guys get hot out there that can hurt you. And we just got to do better with our overall execution on the defensive end, especially in that fourth, giving up 40 points. That's way too many points in a playoff game.
So I was going to ask about that, just the fourth quarter, just kind of what got going early that made that run stuff.
I just thought the turnovers led to easy baskets for them, right? Like, you could look at that last, 4 minutes, like, too many fast break layups for them. But then, certain guys got in there, got hot, and got hot from making threes as well. That hurt us.
Jalen Brunson, we're going to get his post-game reaction. He had 12 of his 34 in the fourth quarter. Didn't start off well, but finished strong. And the Knicks win game 1, 123-112. Monday night, pregame at 7, game at 7:30. We got pre- and post-game coverage throughout the playoffs right here on MSG. Jalen Brunson, 12 of his game-high 34 in the fourth quarter. Here he is now after the game.
Jalen, you go to the locker room. What were you getting treatment back there? Changing sneakers?
I was in the locker room.
Where were you in the back?
In the locker room, just now on the bench.
Did you change sneakers or?
Did I come out with a different pair of shoes on?
Yes.
Then yes, I changed sneakers.
Was that the key to your fourth quarter?
No. No, the key was campaign. The beginning of the violation to be in the fourth quarter, and the way we started the first couple of minutes. So that was the key. It's a credit to those guys.
Why did you change your sneakers?
I don't know.
How much was your ankle bothering? It seemed like you were.
Feels great.
Jalen, did it take time for you to adjust to Detroit's defensive physicality, and how did you adjust?
Yeah, I feel like they had a great game plan, and I just had to reset, and I just found a way to get going in the second half. Teammates had the utmost confidence in me, and I appreciate that to the fullest. And so just had to find a way to reset and just regain composure.
Could you sense it starting to change that quickly in the fourth quarter when they had the violation and then the next possession, the shot clock violation, and it seemed like from there things really swung your way? Did you sense it that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't end the third quarter the way we wanted to, but there's never a doubt that we're gonna just lay down and not fight. You know, we gotta find a way to figure things out and just keep battling. And I mean, it turned rather quickly. It was a quick turnaround, and just happy with the way we played that fourth.
It turned quickly, but it also lasted pretty much. You guys went on a 20-something-0 run, turned it into a track meet. Just what worked to be able to have those stops consistently for pretty much an entire period?
I think we're just connected in the way we were getting stops out there, and just find a way to get on transition after getting ball. Yeah, just the way we played defensively then was key for us, especially in that fourth quarter.
Is that when you guys are at your best, when you turn defense into offense and able to generate the buckets?
I mean, yeah, the easier the buckets, the better. You don't, against a team like that who's physical, and obviously they're going to, I mean, knowing Bickerstaff from afar and seeing the way his teams play, now they're going to be very physical and very connected on the defensive end. So whenever you're able to get out and transition and get easy layups and easy buckets, it's pretty key for a victory.
Was there an adjustment to how the game was being called? And did you have to change kind of how you thought about what was a foul?
Yeah, but it's just the playoffs. And there's always going to be adjustments, whether it's on that front or the way teams are playing you or the way you're playing as a team, adjusting the part of the game. And so we just found a way.
What do you think of OG defensively on Cade?
I mean, I think it was great, the way OG played. You know, it's really tough to do that to a player like that. And so, yeah, it's a lot of props to him. And we stepped up for the challenge, and we're happy he did.
Jalen. All right, so most playoff games for the Knicks in playoff history with at least 30 points. How about this, Wally? Jalen Brunson is now tied with Willis Reed for second most with 12, behind Patrick Ewing's 18. Always helps to have the right pair of shoes on, right, Wally? Knicks win game one, outscoring the Pistons 40-21 in the fourth quarter. The Knicks in that fourth quarter go on a season-best 21-0 run. Payne helped lead the way. Knicks up 1-0. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you on Monday night.